I'm generally surprised there isn't more videos of the new Vietnam hauler version of Gil, which, used to peg warm way back in the day of like 2008 to 2010, and he was just struggling to sell. But now we have him again as a new Vietnam version, which is quite nice. He is finally back for the first time in what seems to be forever. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the review of this Gil here. We can see the Disney Pixar Lightning McQueen there in the corner. Very nice stuff. We got the Gil hauler coming in Gil again in different languages. We got the hauler here, pretty cool. We got the barcode, which you can screenshot if you wish. We got the Cars logo there in the corner. Very nice stuff. We'll be taking a close look at the Gil in a few minutes here. Again, the Cars logo. On the back of the packaging, you can see a demonstration of how this Gil hauler will look when opened up, which we will do later on in this video. You can see again Gil in a bunch of different languages, made in Vietnam now, empowering the next generation through play. Again, there is the Cars logo. So yeah, on the back he does have an easy open, which we can see here. So I will show you that now to demonstrate. So you open this up and then you see these little tabs here, which you would just turn, and turn, and he should be loose just like so. So yeah, I'll be right back with him all out of this little bit of the packaging, because it is a little bit tedious to get him out of this packaging. So here we have the Vietnam version of Gil all out of the packaging. If you don't believe me, you could check the base here. It says made in Vietnam. So yeah, he is pretty boring as a hauler, and I do already have the Chinese version, so we will take a close look at the two country variations in a few minutes here. But before I do, I am going to add a little image of where he appeared in the first movie of Cars on the side of your screen, if there is a clear enough image of him. Of course, if not, I will just throw up some images of his previous packages, because why the heck not? So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the review of the cab for Gil. So yeah, if you want to disconnect him, you can, just like so. And here is the cab for Gil. Now, there is actually 3 variants of Gil already for the cab. So yeah, we can see that this is the Vietnam version here. And onto the left, which is the Chinese version, we can see there is actually a slight colour variant, and you can even see it on through your camera. So that is a very nice bonus. The expression down here is the same, and he still does have a mouth plate, but the mouth plate is more of the same colour compared to the Vietnam, whereas the as the Chinese version, sorry, the mouth plate is a slightly different colour compared to the green used for the Chinese version. We can see the grille on the front there is pretty much the exact same as the China one, no difference there. We can see the Peterbilt logo there above the grille, which we can see here, because if we zoom right into it, you can see it there. It says Peterbilt, and you can see the circle there. That is the Vietnam version. Now going over to the China version, if we take a closer look, they are pretty much the same in my opinion. So there's no differences there as we zoom out now. We can see the expression is exactly the same. The eyes are, I guess, a little grainier on the Vietnam version compared to the China version. We've got the lights on the top, which are slightly different from the yellow, and this one's like more green. Going on to the side now, we can see this is the Vietnam version here, and this is the China one there, the Peterbilt, the indicator. Yeah, just pretty much the same, just the colour is slightly different. We've got the little bits on the side here, which the Chinese version is actually way much more highly detailed than the Vietnam version, so I'm going to have to give it to the China one for that. You can see the backs here, this is the Vietnam and this is China. Yeah, they're still pretty much the same. You can see the little connectors there for both the trailers. ML115 license plate, if I could get it to focus, there we go, which has been used on many different cars in different times, so we're so used to this license plate now, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it is overall the same. This is the China one. I will zoom in a little bit here. You can see the China one. Pretty cool. And this is the Vietnam one. Again, got to get it to focus. There we go. Yeah, it's actually a lot clearer on the Vietnam one compared to the China one. So the license plate is actually a bonus. Near the two bases. You can see this is the China and this is the Vietnam. Pretty well. Overall the same. Got some Kenworth. I guess that's the name of the cab they are using. And yep, the sponsoring is exactly the same on the Vietnam version. So yeah, that is the cab all done. So I'll put the cab for the Vietnam one in the background, actually on the right here. And here are the two trailers. So we got the two trailers. China has a bit more decaling. I don't know what on earth that is on my China version. We're just going to ignore that for now. Yep, they're the hazard lights. Getting a lot more detailing. Whereas this one from Vietnam seems to be a lot more plain. Onto the side, just the colour difference. Again, the same. Vietnam actually has a lot more dirt decaling than China on the side. So that is a bonus. On the back, we can see China, sorry, this one's China, this one's Vietnam. China has a lot more decaling compared to Vietnam. But you know what, there are some differences compared to the back, just looking at it. Like this stripe at the bottom here, compared to where there's absolutely nothing at all on the China version. Here's a look at the other side. And now let's open up the Vietnam version. I'll do that off camera for you guys because it is a little bit different. You can see the inside here, decals, and like the springs, fuel, pretty cool stuff. And here is the China one, which I am opening up now. The inside detailing is actually a lot more better from Vietnam compared to China. As you can see, this is where you could place a car, and I'll do that right now for you guys. Put Rip Klutchkonski in there, like the good old days. You'll just close up, and you can connect him like this and drive him away. So yeah, this video is a little bit longer than I intend to, but you know, this is a comparison now. So yeah, comment down below which one do you prefer out of the two variants of Gil. There is actually a third version of Gil, which is this one here with the no connector from Toys R Us. Rest in peace, Toys R Us. I mean, it's still going around, but Toys R Us is just terrible now. They made all the same haulers like Jerry, Peterbilt, Paul Valdez. So yeah, there is actually 3 different versions of Gil right here. Comment down below which is your favourite. And until the next video, which will be Wednesday, peace everybody.